The town was old, forgotten. Buildings stood crooked, windows like vacant eyes, and looming above it all on a hill shrouded in mist was Halloween Hall. The mansion was a gnarled hand reaching for the sky, its silhouette a jagged scar against the grey clouds. Vines like skeletal fingers gripped the crumbling stone. Each window was a black eye, staring down at the town below. The mansion had always been there, as far as anyone could remember. It was a monument to decay, a testament to time's relentless grip. Its roof sagged, tiles long gone, replaced by gaping holes open to the sky. The once grand entrance was now a gaping maw, its ornate door rotted and hanging precariously from one hinge. The air around it tasted of damp earth and decay, a fitting aroma for a place whispered to be cursed. No one dared to approach the mansion, let alone step foot inside. It stood isolated, a monument to fear. Some said the mansion was alive, breathing in the fear of the townsfolk. Others claimed to see flickering lights within its darkened windows, like the ghostly remnants of forgotten celebrations. Yet, despite the stories and the fear, Halloween Hall remained a constant, an ominous presence watching over the town. For generations, parents warned their children away from the hill, their voices hushed as they spoke of the horrors that awaited within. But every tale, no matter how chilling, has a beginning. And the story of Halloween Hall began long ago, with a woman scorned and a thirst for revenge that death itself could not quench. They called her Agatha, the wicked sorceress of Halloween Hall. Her beauty, they said, was legendary. But her heart was a black pit of bitterness, her soul stained with dark magic. She had lived in the mansion centuries ago, a woman of wealth and privilege, but Agatha craved more. She craved power. Agatha immersed herself in forbidden texts, whispering incantations beneath the pale light of the moon. The mansion became her workshop, its rooms echoing with the hiss of potions and the crackle of dark energy. She sacrificed, she manipulated, she clawed her way deeper into the abyss of forbidden magic. And with every success, Agatha's heart grew colder, her beauty a mask for the darkness that festered within. The townsfolk, once enamored by her beauty, began to whisper of her strange rituals and the disappearances that coincided with her arrival. Animals went missing, their bones later found arranged in unsettling patterns around the mansion's grounds. Travelers passing through the town vanished without a trace, their last known location always leading back to the mansion on the hill. Agatha's thirst for power was insatiable. She sought immortality, dominion over life and death. But her ambition proved to be her downfall. One fateful Halloween night, as she attempted to bind a powerful demon to her will, the ritual went horribly wrong. The mansion trembled, the very air crackling with raw energy, and then silence. The town lived in the shadow of Halloween Hall, both literally and figuratively. Over time, Agatha's story became legend, passed down through generations. Some dismissed it as mere superstition, a scary story to keep children in line. But others, those who remembered the whispers of their grandparents, knew the truth lurked just beneath the surface. Every year, as the leaves turned and the air grew crisp, the town held a Halloween festival. It was a celebration, but also a reminder, a way to honor the past while keeping the darkness at bay. The townsfolk would gather in the square, a safe distance from the hill, their faces painted with ghoulish grins. They lit bonfires, the flames casting dancing shadows against the encroaching darkness. Children, their eyes wide with a mixture of fear and excitement, would listen to the elders recount the tale of Agatha, how her screams could still be heard echoing from the mansion on certain nights, a chilling reminder of her fate. They spoke of her restless spirit, forever bound to the mansion, seeking to claim new souls to fuel her dark magic. The festival was a way to appease her, to offer a distraction from the town below. But despite the festivities, an undercurrent of fear always remained. The laughter was a little too loud, the smiles a touch too wide. Because deep down, everyone knew that the legend of Halloween Hall was more than just a story, it was a warning. This year, the air felt different. The wind seemed to whisper Agatha's name, carrying with it the scent of decay and a promise of something sinister. A group of friends, teenagers on the cusp of adulthood, stood at the edge of the festival, their laughter echoing into the night. They were restless, bored with the same old stories and the predictable scares. They craved something more. Mark, the bold one, the group's unofficial leader, dared them to approach the mansion. "Just to the gates," he challenged, his eyes glinting in the firelight. "We'll prove the stories are nothing but fairy tales." His words hung in the air, a challenge against the backdrop of the night. The others hesitated, their bravado momentarily faltering. Sarah, the voice of reason, shivered, pulling her jacket tighter around her. "It's just a story, right?" she said, her voice barely a whisper. But even she couldn't ignore the prickle of unease that ran down her spine. The mansion seemed to beckon them closer, its dark silhouette a stark contrast to the merriment of the festival behind them. Curiosity, that dangerous temptress, whispered in their ears, urging them forward. One by one, they agreed, their initial hesitation giving way to a reckless sense of adventure. The legend had always been just that, a story. But tonight, fueled by youthful arrogance and a desire to tempt fate, they would see for themselves if the darkness whispered truth.